Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I warmed them all. Why? Because I'm a rip the Band-Aid kind of person, and this was interrupting my December melting. So I wanted to get them all done and warm them all for a number of reasons. One, for selfish reasons, I just wanted to get them done. And two, because these are the type of bars that I feel you need to watch multiple videos. So I am I have certain scent preferences, and scents are just super interesting. What I pick up, someone else may not. So wanted to put this out there so you have an opportunity to watch multiple videos and then decide for yourself. I'll try to remember to talk about maybe my scent preference before. So if I'm going in with a certain bias on certain things, and where I warm them. And I don't really talk about how long they last, even though I let them all go. I wasn't like checking every hour, how it was doing. And in some cases, there's a few where I took it out before it still had a lot of life. My head and nose could not handle it. So I'll talk about what those are. I have my little cheat sheet here with the scent notes. I have my iPad down here. So if I'm looking down here a lot, with some notes that I took as well, because to try to remember 25 bars in what was like 5 days is a lot. It was like a lab here. It was a lab. Every possible room that I could use had a Scentsy bring back my bar melting at some point in the day. And then the other thing I'll say before I get into this is, speaking of watching multiple videos, it's super important too, because this is top of mind because I just watched your video like maybe an hour or two ago. But I have several what I call scent twins out here on YouTube. But one of them is cracked me up because normally we're here. We are like, our noses, we like the same things. We like laundry. We don't really like floral too much. We love bakery. We like masculine scents. We like earthy scents, all of those things. And if you are thinking of Stephanie from the Scented Gemini, yes, she and I are scent twins. I also have like Summer Michelle's a scent twin. I have several. But Stephanie and I could not have gone completely different on our cold sniff. So I'm very curious to see what she's going to say when she warms these, because what I had very strong negative opinions on, she was like, oh, this is so good. And I was like, no, oh my gosh. I go, who are you? So definitely scents are fun. They're very subjective. Sometimes they bring certain memories. Sometimes they trigger something not so good. Sometimes noses are just sensitive to certain scents. So you all know this, I hope. So let's just get started, and I'm going to tell you what I thought. We're going to get started. I'm going to go in alphabetical order, and then I'll tell you at the end, or maybe during. I don't know. Things fly out of my mouth. So somewhere along the line, I'll tell you if I would club it or not. So let's start off with Amaretto. This is scent notes of almond, honey, and spice. This one I warmed in my kitchen, and I'd say it was a strong performer at the start, and then it went pretty quickly. So after about 5 hours, it really was light, but in the beginning, strong. So it's just one of those, and that happens. I've definitely had Scentsy bars that just like boom, out of the gate and then fizzle out quickly. So Amaretto is one of them. I do like the scent. I liked it on cold. I liked it on warm. It smells very like an almond cherry kind of scent. It's a bakery scent, and I really enjoyed it. Now, it does smell good. And it did, like I said, on warm when it was at its peak, it was good. But I don't think that I would club this, only because it wasn't the best performer. And I feel like I would love this mixed with something else. I think this would be a great mixer. I'm not a mixer. So if you're a mixer, this would be great to mix stuff with. I'm just not a mixer. I think I just, would rather have a well-rounded, maybe complex bar already. But I did enjoy it. And like I said, if you don't mind it fizzling out quickly, you might like that one. Awakening. Awakening has scent notes of white peach, vanilla, pineapple, and amber. This one I warmed in the guest bedroom. I only used 3 cubes, which it's a smaller bedroom. And this one was light, maybe like a 4 out of 10 for me as far as performance goes. It's also very soapy, and I do smell that soap on cold, but on warm, I can also smell that. The fruits in here are, they're like fruit that you'd find in a soap or body care. They're not necessarily like a bakery soap. And I think it's the amber that is bringing that out. It's a really pretty scent. I could see this being beautiful, like in a bathroom. And it was okay as far as a performer. It was just light. And so it's a no for me for clubbing. But if you like that kind of scent, you might like that one. Then we have BANANAS. So bananas. This is banana, coconut milk, and vanilla. And now this one, I warmed in the kitchen. And if you can see here, I used a lot of this bar. I also had this going at the same time as Strawberry Sweetie. So I had this in the kitchen. I had Strawberry Sweetie on the other side, and kind of in the middle, got this little strawberry banana thing going. This was better than I thought on cold. I kind of got this like banana cream pie kind of thing without the pie, but like the banana filling. It's definitely a Laffy Taffy kind of banana. On warm, I put this in the kitchen and it was light. It didn't really have any oomph behind it at all. So if you were going to mix this, you'd probably want to put like 2-to-1 kind of ratio, just because there wasn't a lot of power behind this. What else do I want to say about this? I mean, the scent itself was fine. But here's the other thing that I almost forgot. As this one died in its, its life cycle, I mean, it probably lasted like 4 hours maybe before it got into this just kind of a crayon smell at the end. So it could be the coconut milk. So if you're new, Scentsy's coconut a lot of the time smells very waxy to me. And maybe I think as this was dying down, like the banana scent itself was dying down, and what you had left was some coconut milk. I think that maybe that's why it just came to me. That's probably why I'm like, this kind of smells like crayons now. So that's my experience with BANANAS. Okay. Moving on to blood orange. All right. Blood orange and spice. Sorry. Blood orange spice. This is candied apple, blood orange puree, and cinnamon stick. I warmed this in the bathroom, had the door closed. It was a strong performer. So this, I feel like if you like this scent, it'll perform pretty well for you. I had it like all day really in there. And then I took it out just because I wanted to warm something else, but I could see this going for even longer, probably working really well in open space. What I couldn't get past on cold and on warm is the blood orange. I like orange. I think I have a thing against Scentsy's blood orange. It's to me a very similar orange as in Wassail Wonderland. So if you're familiar with Wassail Wonderland, I think it's called, and it's the Wassail bar. I think it's Wonderland. It's that kind of similar intense blood orange. And I don't care for that bar either. So, something to compare to. That's what I get here. And unfortunately, my nose didn't pick up on the candied apple. I did get some cinnamon, but not like, it was just like cinnamon bark is different. It wasn't like red hot tamale cinnamon, but there was cinnamon to it. So giving it that spice. So definitely watch and see what other people think. I'm not a fan of this one, although it was a good performer. All right, moving on to one I thought, I might like, maybe. This is Caramel Sugar Cone. This is gooey caramel, vanilla, sugar cone, and malt. I can't read. This particular one I warmed in the open space. I used 4 cubes. So, I also have some issues with heavy caramel, or it tends to come off a little bit like burnt sugar, like overly burnt. This wasn't that necessarily. I got a lot of malt when warming. This was a strong performer. This will definitely work in open space. Again, homes differ. The number of warmers and all that is going to play a factor. But this was a very strong one. I had to take it out, though, because it was tooth-achingly sweet. Tooth-achingly sweet, like gimme candy sweet. I don't like gimme candy. So if you like gimme candy, you might like this one. If you like really sweet scents, you might like this one. It's just too sweet for me. Too sweet. It's just like cavity inducing. It was starting to give me a bit of a headache, and I just had to take it out of its warmer. So after maybe about 4 hours, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this. So that's caramel sugar cone. Again, it might be for you. It was not for me. Okay, moving on to Cinnamint. So this is cinnamon and peppermint, basically. I warmed this in the bathroom, in both bathrooms, actually. And this one was a little toothpastey. I get a little toothpastey, and the cinnamon, for me, this was fine. Like, you gotta like cinnamon and you gotta like peppermint. I like both those kind of scents, so I thought it was fine. It did come off a little bit like what's that? That gum? What's that gum? The Red Hot gum? Is it called Red Hot? Red Hot, right? The cinnamon gum. That's kind of what this smells like. And it was a good performer in the bathrooms. My bathrooms are really fussy, so I think it's a good place to test things out. It's just not for me, even though I like cinnamon and I like peppermint. It to me was like, it's kind of like gum, and I don't know. I prefer cinnamon pine cones and those kinds of scents with something a little more. So that was Cinnamint. Okay, moving on to Cranberry Mango. So this one is mango, cranberry, and spicy pineapple. I didn't get any spicy, even on warm. I warmed this in the kitchen. I ended up using 5 cubes in the kind of kitchen area. This one was unfortunate because it smells good. Even on cold, I liked it. It almost reminds me of like a sangria without the wine. It's like the cranberries, not a wintry cranberry. It's sweet. I think that pineapple is really nice. And it says spicy pineapple. I don't get the spicy. But anyway, warm this in the kitchen. I couldn't smell it. I think it's a me issue. I think it's something about this bar. My nose was not registering. I can smell it when I was close to the warmer, but I really couldn't smell it when I was further away. I even took a shower. So just to, I had to take a shower anyway, but thinking maybe I got nose blind to it or something. And after the shower, came downstairs. A lot of times when I'm warming something in that area, I'll kind of get that scent going up the stairs. And it usually hits me as I'm walking down the stairs, like I got nothing. So I think that's me, but Cranberry Mango. Unfortunate because I kind of liked it. The scent on cold just didn't do anything for me on warm. Okay. Crazy Coconut. This is coconut milk, mixed fruit, and vanilla ice cream. So I was like, if you know me, but you might be new. Scentsy's coconut. It smells a lot of times like wax to me, like an unscented candle, that waxy smell. So that's what I got from this on cold, and I got it on warm as well. I first warmed this in the bathroom, and I really didn't get too much but that waxy scent. And then I warmed it in a bedroom because I'm like, you know what? I really want to give this one a try to see if I get like mixed fruit, that vanilla ice cream, because I'm just getting waxiness. In the bedroom, it did perform a little bit better, but I never got vanilla ice cream out of it. And I did get some mixed fruit, kind of like the mixed fruit you'd find in, the mixed fruit that you like, the Dole, like the little snacks that you buy in the grocery store. You can buy it all mixed with some syrup in there. So that was the type of mixed fruit that was in here, but it was light. It's the waxiness. So this to me reminded me of the wax in Coconut Palm, which I did not like at all. I think it was my least favorite bar from last year's Bring Back My Bar. So if you like that Coconut Palm and you don't get the waxiness, then you might like this. But if you're like me that did not like Coconut Palm, I don't think you're going to like this. So this is a no for me. This is Crazy Coconut. Moving on to Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond. This is Fizzy Orange, Black Currant, Plum Blossom, and Sugared Raspberry. Now, this one I warmed in the guest room. Let's see. I used 3 cubes. This one reminded me a lot of like the Nerds candy or maybe Pop Rocks, because I'm thinking Rocks because there's a little fizziness, just a touch, not a lot. I'm trying to think of like what other bar is fizzy from Scentsy. The only other bar that I'm familiar with that said fizzy, I think in it was We're All Mad Here. So it's not super fizzy. It's a little fizzy. But this was fun, but I got grape, and I got grape when I warmed it. So it was kind of like this grape berry kind of scent on warm. This was a moderate performer. So I don't think this would do very well in open space. I think it would do great in kind of a smaller bedroom or bedrooms. I could have used more and it probably, would have been stronger. But it's a fun one, but you have to like kind of a fruity candy scent. And the fizz isn't too fizzy. So that is Buzz Lightyear from Infinity or to Infinity and Beyond. And, let's see. This next one here is Disney Twitter Pated. This is scent notes of sun-kissed Myra Lemon, morning dewdrops, and lush wild moss. This is a very clean green scent. I liked it on cold. I warmed this in this bedroom. So I used 4 cubes, I think. And let's see. Did I have anything? Yeah, I just said it's really pretty, like for a spring day. Very clean, not laundry scent clean, but green clean. The more I wore, and it was a good performer. So this performed very well. I forget how many hours I had it. I probably had it for I think I had it almost all night. So at least for 12 hours I had this going. And it was a good, strong scent. It's green. But after warming it after a while, I think it's the moss that was just a little too much for me. So for that reason, I'm not clubbing it. Although I do feel like a lot of people who like really green, mossy scents would like this. And it was a good performer in the bedroom, like I said. So this was, I didn't hate it, but I thought I was going to like it a little bit more on warm, and it didn't do that for me. Okay. Everything Nice. If you saw my cold sniffs, you'll know what I thought of this one. So this is caramel, butter, roasted pumpkin, and glazed pecans. What did I say about this one? Where am I? Okay. All right. Oh. I just read my note. I'm like, what did I say about this one? I did not like this on cold. I did not like this on warm either. This is a strong performer though. So if you like the scent and you warm it in open space, have at it. I think it'll perform fantastic in open space. I used 1 cube in the bathroom. This was the same day that I was warming banana in the kitchen and strawberry sweetie in the other side, kind of like the TV area. I had this in the guest bathroom, which is by the front door. So it's by the front door, close the door. This scent came out from under the door, crossed the room to my nose on the couch. I still don't like it. I still do not like it. I'm like, you're ruining the strawberry banana thing I've got going on here with the door closed. I could smell it. And here's the thing. I'm giving you my honest review. I hate kind of saying something negative when somebody might love it. And this, I think, is a very divisive bar. I think some people love the smell of it, absolutely love it. I know people love it because they've told me. And I've also seen people have kind of very similar reaction to myself. So it's going to be this is not a crowd pleaser bar. This is not a bar that I would warm if you have guests over because someone might be offended by the smell. In my notes, I said it's reminded me of a urinal. Like, that it was probably because it was coming out of the bathroom and on cold, I had this kind of like a pee smell to it. Yeah, it just was stronger. It was just stronger on warm. It's also very buttery. I get so much butter, but it's almost like rancid butter to me. So this is just not for me. And I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a podcast I listen to that they say, we don't want to yuck on anyone's yum. So I don't want to yuck on anyone's yum, but this is not for me at all. This will be one that I would throw in the garbage. I don't like that scent at all, and I didn't like it on warm either. Okay. Falling Leaves. This is clove, cinnamon, and patchouli. Now this one, I like clove. I like cinnamon. I like those spicy scents. And this one has patchouli in it. I really didn't get the patchouli on warm. I really didn't. I just got a lot of clove and I got a lot of cinnamon. So this to me, what I smelled on cold, I really got on warm. I like those scents. I thought this was enjoyable. I think it's a great fall scent. And it performed very well. I had it in open space. So it was a good performer and lasted all day. So definitely, if you like those kinds of scents, I think this would be a great performer for you. Although I like both those kinds of scents, I don't like just cinnamon and clove. Like I want my cinnamon with something else. This just was kind of basic for me, and the patchouli didn't add anything. It really didn't add anything to me. I can smell it a little bit, but really it was the clove and the cinnamon that came through. Okay. Let's see. Frosted ginger cookie. This is brown sugar cookie, ginger, and fragrant vanilla. This I warmed in the kitchen, and it was fantastic. I love this scent. This is kind of the one I saved for last when I was going to be working today from home. Had it in the kitchen. I'm trying to see how many to kind of put it on at 8 a.m. At like 3 o'clock, I took it out. I really couldn't smell it much more. So what is that, like 7 hours? It might have dissipated even before then, but I was working, so I wasn't paying too much attention to it. But I did take it out after like the 7th hour. It's a little switcheroo. But this is a great scent. I got a lot of that ginger. But it's not the same kind of spicy ginger that might be in some other bars. To me, that icing really sweetens it up. And that icing scent, whatever that icing scent is, it still smelled to me like Trix cereal. I saw that on cold. I smelled that on warm. I smelled both things. I smelled the ginger and the Trix cereal. It's like a ginger snap. So it's really, really nice. So if you like that cookie bakery scent, I think you'll like this. It was a good performer, at least in the beginning. As it winded down, I got almost like a little bit of like a ginger honey at the kind of near the end of it, like that around 3 p.m. when I was ready to take it out. So I like it. It almost gave me like a ginger tea, like even like lemon, like a ginger tea lemon at the very end. But I did get some of that Trix. So I'm getting like that fragrant vanilla, I think gives me a little lemon cereal vibe to it. I don't know how else to describe it, but liked it on warm, performed to my satisfaction in the kitchen. And this would be one that I would consider clubbing or buying a few of and then just having it for, because I'm really only going to warm it probably like in the fall or winter, that kind of time of year. So I don't know, but if I were going to club one, it would be this one. I really did like this one. So that's Frosted Ginger Cookie. Undecided. All right, Lavender Vanilla. This is lavender, vanilla beans, orange zest, and patchouli. On this particular one, what did I say? Okay, I warmed this in the bedroom, in this particular bedroom. I really liked it in the beginning. It was like a sweet lavender to me, kind of a mix. It's almost like there's some herbal lavender in here and some sweet lavender. Could be the vanilla that makes it sweet, but it comes off to me more sweet lavender than anything else. Really pretty in the beginning, performed pretty well in this bedroom. So I used 4 cubes in this bedroom. So it was strong enough, but then trying to remember what time I put these in. I'd say at like the 10th hour. So it lasted a long time. I got a bit of a plasticky smell, like as I was getting ready for bed. So it had been on, for several hours during the day. And as I was getting ready for bed, I was like, kind of smells a little plasticky now. So I don't know what that was. So I didn't like how it ended. I loved it throughout, but I didn't love like the, just like in a drink when you get like an aftertaste. This had like a interesting after smell that gave me a little bit of a plasticky note, not waxy, more like plastic. But it was a good performer. I'd say 6 or 7 out of 10 in my bedroom with the door closed. So that is Lavender Vanilla. Because of that scent at the ending, I don't think I'm going to club this. Moving on to Lonicera. So this is scent notes of honeysuckle, white, warm amber, and patchouli. There's a lot of patchoulis in here, which makes me, I hate to be skeptical, but it just kind of made me wonder. And I think a lot of people are wondering, how did patchouli get in so many of these bars? 25% of these bars have patchouli in it. Just seems odd. Very odd. But this is a pretty scent. Very, very pretty, but it was light. I warmed it in the guest bedroom next door. I used 3 cubes. It was just light, but pretty. If you like some florals, this is a pretty floral. It's not heady. I don't think this would be headache inducing. It's a light floral, and it was a light performer, like a 3 like a 3 out of a 10, 3 or 4, I guess 4 if I'm going to be generous. So for that reason, I'm not planning on buying any more. Although very pretty, you definitely got that honeysuckle. There was some sweetness to it, body care like type of scent. So that is Lonicera. All right. Lots of lavender. I'm getting blown out here there we go. Lots of lavender is chamomile and lavender. On cold sniff, I said, I just get a lot of chamomile. I don't get a whole lot of lavender. On warm, I got a little more lavender. So it was, I'd say kind of 60% chamomile, 40% lavender, but this was very light. But I liked it a lot. This is another one that I would, if it had a better performance or better throw, I would consider clubbing this one because the scent itself was much prettier, in my opinion, than lavender and vanilla, because that one had that plastic note at the end. But yeah, I said after a few hours, I could barely smell it. So it's unfortunate because it's a very pretty scent, but and a sweet lavender. So that is chamomile. That is not chamomile. That is lots of lavender with chamomile. Then this one is Peony Petals. This is peony, rose petals, and soft breeze. This particular one, I said, was very pretty. I warmed this in the guest room. a better performer than Lonicera. So as far as florals go, it's still light, but I give it more like I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. So still a light floral. What else did I say here? I said very soft and pretty, but I said it was a basic soft floral scent. To me, it's pretty, but I'm not a big floral person, so I like some. If you like florals, I think you'll like this one. So I would say if you are a floral person, definitely give this one a try over Lonicera, just because this is a better performer. And I think this is a little prettier, but it was light, but it lasted a long time. So this is one of those scents that kind of never takes off and becomes super strong, but then doesn't die down quickly either. So it kind of stays at this consistent level for hours and hours and hours. So that is Peony Petals. Then here we have, let's see, red sage, red cedar and sage. So red cedar is, it's got red cedar, sage, and forest greens. This one I warmed in the guest room, and this whole time I've been putting in three cubes in that bedroom. With this one, on how strong it was on cold sniff, I'm like, I'm only putting 2. I learned my lesson after beach to, like, you know, if I think it's going to be strong, maybe start little, and then you can increase if you need to. I could have probably been fine with 1 cube of this in that room. This is super strong. So if you like a kind of masculine cologne-y scent, definitely a masculine cologne-y scent. A lot of sage. The red cedar is not the same as like regular cedar that I find in, what's the scent? Halloween Town has cedar in it. I'm trying to think of what other scents. There's other scents that have cedar, but that's the one that comes to mind. It's different. You don't need a lot. So this bar will take me a long, long time. I like masculine cologne scents, so the scent itself is not what bothered me. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. Like, I was ready to be done, but there was this underlying ashtray kind of scent as well, with some cigarette ashes in there. Just a little bit. I mean, not enough to like totally bother me, but just a touch of it. So, and I do start to smell that on cold as well. So that is red cedar and sage. Okay. Everything Nice was my least favorite. This is my second least favorite. This is Simply Patchouli. It is, dive into the rich, earthy scent of patchouli. I watched Chris from Dazzling Scents with Chris, and she took a whiff of this, and she said it burned her nose hairs off. And yeah, it's like, go lightly when you're sniffing this. I warmed this in the bathroom. 1 cube was more than enough. That is a bathroom that is fussy. That is the same bathroom that I had Crazy Coconut in and kind of barely smelled anything. I can smell patchouli coming out the door from this one. This scent is extremely strong. I cannot picture anyone. Well, I'm sure there's someone. I'm sure there are people. Let me backtrack. This to me is not a scent that you would want to just use the bar and like put in open space. This is the type of scent that I think would be really pretty if I cut like a cube in 4 and maybe mixed it with some other things. Because there's a part of it that I like. There's a part of it that I find to be pretty. But this is a hippy dippy patchouli kind of scent. It definitely is. It is patchouli. And God, even from here, I feel like I just sucked it in and now I've like perfume in my mouth. So I don't hate it. I would literally cut this in 4 and maybe mix it in with some things. I think Maggie on my Maggie Lamb said that she likes to mix. She's a mixer and she likes to scent. Like this would be great with bakery and some other stuff. And I could see that because the other scents in here that had patchouli, the patchouli didn't bother me. So great performer, fantastic performer. I think if you do want to mix this, it would serve you well to probably cut the cube into smaller pieces because it will probably overtake any other scent unless you love the scent so much that that's what you want. But that is a big no for me. Even if it doesn't offend me, it's still a no. Okay, now we have, let me move my paper here. Now we have Strawberry Sweetie. So this is strawberries, sugar, and vanilla. This one on cold, I said, was very candy. It was a candied, very, very sweet strawberry. Very artificial strawberry. Not my kind of strawberry. On warm, though, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it on warm. What did I say about this one? I said candied strawberry. I liked it more on warm than I thought. It outlasted the banana. So I was warming this at the same time as the bananas. It outlasted the banana scent, but not by much. Like where bananas was done within 4 hours, this probably went another hour or so. Just a sweet candied strawberry, like super candy, like gummy candy. Like it's just sweet candied strawberry. Yeah, stronger than the bananas. I already said that. 7 out of 10 probably as far as throw-in performance. All right, we're almost at the finish line and my battery's gonna die. Okay, toasted apple butter. This is creamy butter, ripe apples, and rich spices. I like this one. I warmed this in the kitchen and it performed pretty well for me. These were one of the early ones, so that's why I'm looking at my notes a little more. I did say great scent, but a little light on throw. You know, I would probably warm another cube of this in the kitchen to give it a little more oomph. It was a good scent. I liked it. I didn't love it though. And I know a lot of people are like missing apple butter. I have not smelled the Scentsy version of that. I've smelled a vendor wax dupe of it, and I like that scent. So I'm agreeing with everyone that says that if you can maybe add some vanilla buttercream, it could make this more of that apple butter. But I like this one on warm. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's pretty. It was toasty. It was a toasty apple banana that performed okay. I'm going to say this one performed like a 5.5 out of 10. It would definitely need more cubes to make this one stronger. So that's toasted apple butter. Let's see, where was I before my battery died? All right, this next one is toasted caramel sugar. So this has scent notes of warm milk, caramelized sugar, toffee, and vanilla musk. I only used 1 cube. I know, you're laughing. I put this in the bathroom. This is another strong one. So strong that my neighbors can smell it outside. So this one is, let's see, this one I said is very sweet and milky. It reminds me of condensed milk with toasted sugar, like a creme brulee. So that sugar, you know, when you kind of burn the sugar to crystallize it and give it that little crunchy topping on top of a creme brulee, that's the type of sweetness I got from the toasted caramel sugar. So this is a strong bar. It didn't go quite burnt caramel to me, or like that burnt sugar smell. It was a little sweeter. It definitely, the name toasty or that description toasty in it, I think is more accurate than burnt sugar. Strong performer. Kind of reminded me a little bit of creme brulee. So it's a pretty one. It's very sweet. Not as sweet as, what was that other one that's tooth-achingly sweet? Not as sweet as the caramel sugar cone, but getting close to that one. Great performer. That is toasted caramel sugar. And my iPad keeps turning off. Okay, let's see. Yeah, pretty much remember the rest of these pretty well. All right, Twilight. Twilight is scent notes of soft romantic florals and ocean air. I warmed this in this bedroom here. This was a great performer. This performs very, very well. It's just not a scent for me at all. It's strong. It's a strong one. I sometimes use 5 cubes in this bedroom. I used 4 and it was a lot. Like I almost turned off a warmer. The other scent that I got, or notes that I got on this on warm that I didn't pick up on cold, was almost like a lipstick scent. You know how some lipsticks can have a scent to them that can be a little plasticky, a little chapsticky? It was that, but then it was also like a rose, definitely rose water. There is something aquatic that comes through, but I think that mix of soft florals and that aquatic note in there, that combo makes this like, there's something like a rose lipstick, not quite waxy. Not waxy like the wax I get in the coconut stuff, but like a lipstick. That's what I get from Twilight on warm. Fantastic performer there. So little goes a long way. That was not for me. All right, this is Vanilla Walnut. This is scent notes of roasted walnuts and sweet vanilla bean. I didn't get the walnut at all on cold. I got it just a little bit on warm. I warmed this in this bedroom. So I did use 5 cubes in this bedroom. Had the door closed, but sometimes the door was open. I think it performed pretty well. I can smell it, and I had it for 11 hours. So for a vanilla fragrance that typically dies within 6 hours or so, to go 11 hours in this bedroom, I thought was a fantastic job. So I like it. I get just a tiniest bit of nuttiness. It's almost like I have to go looking for it. What I get from this vanilla walnut is very creamy, very, very creamy vanilla. Really pretty vanilla. I like this one. It was a great performer. I have pulled out, just for funsies, vanilla cream, which I have in my club, and then, vanilla walnut here. It's been a while since I've worn vanilla cream, and since I have this one in my club, I was starting to think that I like this one better, the vanilla walnut, than the vanilla cream. And I think I do. I might do a swap. I think I'm going to do a swap. I like nutty scents, though, so that's something to know about me. And the vanilla cream has coconut. And we've already talked about coconut can be a little waxy. And I do sometimes get a little bit of that coconut from vanilla cream, whereas I don't get that in the vanilla walnut. This is just creamy. It is like, I don't know how to describe it other than this is like creamy. Like if you were, I'm like, what is like, would be super creamy? Like maybe a really rich, soft whipped butter, like a body cream, like a body butter. It's like that kind of creaminess, right? Not that it smells like body cream at all. It's vanilla. It's a very sweet, pretty vanilla. So I think I'm going to swap my vanilla cream with vanilla walnut. I think it's pretty. Okay, last one. We made it. This is whipped vanilla pear. It's got scent notes of caramel, pear, and whipped vanilla. This one I warmed in my bedroom because I needed a place to warm it, but also it was just really pretty, and you could warm it in the bedroom, or you can warm whatever you want, wherever you want, but I don't tend to put like really sweet bakery scents in my bedroom, but this one, this whipped vanilla pear was fine. It was let me double check. Yeah. Okay. So this was a great performer. I had this going all day. So I was here on Saturday. I warmed this on Saturday, I believe, and had it going all day in my bedroom. Sometimes the door would be open. Sometimes the door would be closed because I forget sometimes. But the pear in this is beautiful. If you like pear, I think you will love this. I've yet to hear someone that likes pear that didn't like this. And it performed pretty well. I said it went all day before I had to change it out. Yeah, so this was a really pretty one. I do get some of that whipped cream. Definitely get that beautiful pear. I don't know what else to say other than it was a great performer. So this is another one that I would consider clubbing. Like I might. there's a strong might. So let's close this out. What did I think? Overall, there's a lot that I liked. Not enough for me to like find a 6-pack of different, of 6 different scents that say I need this. I just liked a lot, but overall I found it to be underwhelming if I had to generalize it. But my favorites that I liked on cold, I still love on warm. But I'm not judging scents on how long it lasts, duration. I'm judging it purely on what I like as far as my scent profile or preferences, and whether it gave me some oomph. So the duration doesn't matter to me as much as I get something. Like Cranberry Mango, what is that? Cranberry Mango. It's a good scent. I liked it on cold, but I got nothing on warm. So for me, it's not working for me. Whereas the Patchouli, hated it, but I could see how I could find a way to use it. Because it's not so much the scent, it's so strong. It's just so much. Same with the red cedar and sage. I like masculine scents. I would just go super light on that, like super light, because it's a lot. But yeah, let's just go at it. If I were going to club something, it would be whipped vanilla pear, vanilla walnut, and I like the Amaretto a lot, and Buzz Lightyear. That would probably be it. Although Peony Petals is pretty, I'm just, I'm not a big floral person. So, and then between the lavenders, I like lots of lavender better, but the performance is weak. So it was a little bit of like scent's better, but doesn't perform as well. So that's what I think of them warm. My preferences, just what my nose picks up. I think the one where I thought I might like it and then didn't as much on warm was Twitter Pated and Twilight. I thought I'd give Twilight a chance. I thought, this could be good. And no, I did not like it. So that is that. Nothing more to say, I don't think. But if you want to go back and catch any of these are time-stamped. I also have them in YouTube Shorts. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to know if you are a consultant and you've bought any of these. Are we matching up or are we completely opposite? So whether it was on cold or if you've had a chance to warm it, I would love to know. And looking forward to hearing what you all think when everyone else, the general public, can buy January 1st, 2024. That's when these will be available. Until then, or until my next video, I guess, happy melting. Bye-bye.